knit your hat, you'll need 5 double pointed needles that are 6 US. You'll need circular needles that are 16 inches and 6 US. Then you'll need 8 marker stitches, scissors, a tapestry needle, and some yarn. The information about the material I'm using will be in the description bar down below. Now to knit your hat, take your yarn and your circular needles, and start by casting on 72 stitches. Here I'm using the easier technique, but you can use any technique you want. Here I placed a marker, but you really don't need to place markers right now. I'll tell you later in the video when to place your markers. Now before knitting, you'll have to make sure that your stitches are not all twisted up, so you'll need to turn them around to make sure that they are all oriented in the same direction. Now we're gonna do the rib stitch for 4 inches, so you'll knit one, purl one. I want to share with you my grandma's trick or secret. I don't know if it's a secret, but anyways, what she does is after 2 inches, she is gonna knit 1 row or round if you prefer, and this is gonna help you for the cuff. You'll be well, it's gonna be easier to fold it once the hat is finished. After we've knitted 4 inches of the rib stitch, we are ready to do the cable pattern. But before that, we need to increase because the two patterns do not have the same gauge. So for the increase, after every 3 knit stitch, we are going to increase of 1, and we'll use the technique make 1. For the make 1 increase, The technique is you've got to find the loose yarn between the 2 stitches on each of the needle, and with your left needle you'll have to go pick it up and you knit it as if it was a stitch. This increase will not show in your work, so that's why I chose it. And after making your increases after every 3 stitches, you're supposed to have in the end a total of 96 stitches. After making all of your increases, you're supposed to have in the end a total of 96 stitches. And now is the time for you to place your markers after every 12 stitches, so after every 3 increases. Now that we have finished increasing and that we have a total of 96 stitches, we're going to do the sand cables pattern, which is a multiple of 12, and this is the reason why I placed a marker after every 12 stitches. For the first 4 rows, we're just going to knit. For the 5th row, we're first gonna slip 3 stitches on a cable needle, but here I'm using one of my double pointed needles, and we're gonna hold it to the back. Then you're gonna knit 3 stitches. After your 3 stitches that you've knitted, you're gonna take your cable needle or your double pointed needle and knit the 3 stitches off of them. After that is done, you're gonna knit the 6 remaining stitches on your left needle, and then you're gonna repeat this pattern until the end of the row. For row 6 to 9, or the 4 following rows, we are just going to knit again. For the last row, which is the 10th row, we're first gonna knit the 6 first stitches. Then we're gonna take our cable needle or double pointed needle and we're gonna slip 3 stitches on it, and we're gonna hold it to the front. After that, we're gonna knit the 3 stitches on your left needle. Finally, you're gonna take your double pointed needle and you're gonna knit the 3 stitches that are on this needle. And again, you're gonna repeat this pattern until the end of the row or round. You're going to repeat the sand cables pattern until you have 8.5 inches. And then we're going to start our decreasing. So you'll need your 5 double pointed needles. And for the decrease, for the first round, you'll need to knit 2 together. But we're first going to do the knit 2 together on the circular needles so we don't lose our marker stitch. Then with the double pointed needle, you're gonna knit 1 and you're gonna repeat the pattern, knit 2 together, knit 1 until the end of the round, and you should have 16 stitches on each of your 4 needles after you've made the decrease. After we've made the decrease of the first round, the second round we're only gonna knit. For the third row, you'll need to bring the stitch that was on the previous needle on your needle as to do the knit 2 together pattern, and we're going to repeat this pattern until the end of the round. And after your knit 2 together, you can just slip it right back on the previous needle or the needle that it was on before. At the end of this decrease, you should have 8 stitches on each of your needles. For the fourth row, you can start taking off your marker stitches, and we're only going to knit in the round. For row 5, you'll need to knit 2 together and repeat this until the end of the round. You're going to have 4 stitches on each needle. For the last row, you're going to knit After row 6, the last step is to cut and pass the yarn through the stitches. I like to pass the yarn twice through the stitches, and then you can take off your double pointed needles, pull the yarn as to tighten up the stitches, and pass your tapestry needle through the hat as to weave in the ends inside the hat. Here is the finished look. I hope you like it. Leave comments down below. Tell me if you've made this or any comments whatsoever. Feel free to thumbs up this video and subscribe if you want to be notified of my future videos. You can also click on the screen right now to see my last video, which is how to knit a right slant rib dishcloth.